Diversion. Is it necessary? Does it work? Are you ready to learn what diversion is? Diversion programs are alternatives to traditional juvenile justice form of court involvement that aim to reduce recidivism, provide support services, and promote positive youth outcomes. Imagine being a 15-year-old just getting out of school on a Friday, sunny outside. You came home, you did your chores. You also had to cut the backyard because you wanted to go to the skating rink or maybe top golf. And while you're standing in your front yard, knowing you're about to have a great weekend because you passed your test at school, you're an A and B student, an honor roll student in school. Been that way always since you've been in school. Haven't given your parents any trouble, haven't talked back or they didn't have to tell you twice anything they asked of you. Then all of a sudden, a car pulls up. It's three of your classmates. They ask you, you want to take a ride and turn a couple blocks with us? Of course you do. The average young 15-year-old, you're going to jump in the vehicle. So this young man, he jumped in the vehicle, let his window down, put his seatbelt on, pulled out his cell phone like the rest of them, TikToking and Instagramming and taking pictures as they ride up and down. The wind is blowing through the air. They got the music blasting. They on Terry Road, so they turn up McDowell. As soon as they turn up McDowell, the young man that's driving the vehicle accelerated on the gas. At first, everybody in the car was laughing and it was fun until they heard the sirens of the police behind them and the lights wailing. Two police behind them. One pull up beside him, tell him, pull the car over. The driver whips around the corner, throws it in park, jumps out the car, and take off running. The passenger does the same thing. The two kids on the back, they just sit there, wondering what's going on. The young man that just got in there, he has no idea what he's got himself into. They ripped the two young men out of the vehicle, throw them on the ground, put the handcuffs on them, put them in the back of the cruiser. You can hear on the radio as they calling and telling the other police which way the other guys went. 10 minutes after the chase, they have all four of the juveniles arrested, pulling up, taking them to the jail, booking them in. The charges are armed carjacking and auto theft. The young man who just jumped in for a free ride, a joy ride, a fun ride, turns to a nightmare. Something that changes his life forever. Just a simple ride. 15-minute ride at that. The charges, carjacking and auto theft, as I said, carjacking can carry up to 20 to 25 years mandatory time because a gun was used in the process of auto theft. You may get 3 to 5 years. But this is a young man who hasn't had any demerits throughout his schooling here in the city of Jackson. Does this young man deserve to go to jail? Does he deserve to be judged by 12? Does he deserve a diversion program? So today we're going to talk and dig deep into what diversion programs are and if they really work. Diversion programs are alternatives to traditional juvenile justice form of court involvement that aim to reduce recidivism, provide support services, and promote positive youth outcomes. We'll dig deep off into it today to really learn what diversion is. Diversion is an alternative form of court proceedings that usually involve community-based organizations that usually promote positive outcomes for our youth. They also have counseling, educational, or services opportunities to help the young people prevent future behaviors as such. There are three types of diversion. Pre-arrest diversion, which the officer makes a decision, a conscious decision. Is this charge or have this child done anything that constitutes him to have handcuffs put on him and been arrested? The second one is pre-court diversion, where the teen may participate in a teen court or restorative justice program. And the third one is post-court diversion. This is where the court or the prosecutors get together to see if this child charge constitutes for him to be in a program that will remand his charges once completion of this program successfully. I'm a digging, and as you see, I have on a shirt that says LWP on it. I'm the director and the founder of a non-profit organization that is a diversion program called Living with Purpose. So what my organization does is I've made relationships with the court, Hines County Court here in Mississippi, in Jackson, Mississippi. So what I do, I come to court and I sit in court and I see kids that may reach the criteria to be in my program, which is for non-violent offenders. So just say if a child comes in court, they get arrested. The police saw that the charge was enough for them to get arrested. A family dispute, fight, a brother and a sister, or a brother and a stepfather, which constitutes they need to be separated to calm down. It's not a real bad charge, but it is something that's against the law. This child, so what I do before I accept any children, check to see how their educational history is. Are they in school? Have they been attending school? What type of grades they make? Some of these kids, a lot of these kids only have simple mistakes. So that criteria right there automatically let this child be ready to come to the LWP, which is Living with Purpose. So once they get in my program, I have a 12 to 14 week extensive program where we dig deep into our kids, our youth, to find out why. That's the question we miss when we're dealing with youth. Why? Why did this happen? Why did you do this? Why did we do that? Well, these are questions we ask the children. We don't talk to them. We talk with them to understand why did they put themselves in these positions. That way we know how to deal with them, to navigate them through these situations. We only can give children the blueprint of the mistakes they made, and it's up to them to make the right decisions. But upon completing my diversion program, this child's charge or charges, if they have more than one, will be remanded to their file. They have a clean slate to go back to their regular lives. Because a lot of times when our youth offend, society uses wipe them off or say they're just another person that's going to be in and out of the prison system. That's not what diversion programs do. We create, we build, and we navigate to better lives. Now that we know what diversion is, let's take a closer look at the programs and how they operate in the communities. Like I just told you, LWP, we're a community-based program. We're community funded and we're community loved because we get out there in the community and ask the community what do they need for us to do for the community and for the youth of the community. Do these programs actually work? Yes. Yes, diversion programs work. People don't think they work because they may not heard of what a diversion program is. But earlier I gave you the description of what a diversion program is. According to a 2013 study conducted and published in Criminal Justice and Behavior, diversion programs are effective in reducing recidivism rates among youth, and early intervention is a key in disrupting future justice involvement. According to the Justice Policy Institute, it costs approximately $588 per day to house a juvenile in detention, whereas it costs an average of $75 per day for a community-based diversion program for one child. As we can see, diversion is more than a second chance. It is a step towards lasting change. As a result of programming in Hines County alone, Hines County's Board of Supervisors and saved over $1 million just by diverting kids. So, in my closing, what I want to let everybody know out here is that diversion programs really work. If you want to divert someone, learn what diversion is and be a part of helping make change. Thank you.